When people hear we have 9 kids, they have a lot of different reactions. Usually like, oh my, oh wow, that's a lot of kids. Well, I couldn't do it. I don't see how you do it. One of my least favorite reactions is, you know how that happens, right? Or, when are you gonna stop? It's about time to stop, isn't it? And I'm often thinking, if I wanted to get you involved in my family planning, I would let you know. But I know people don't mean anything by it. They're just trying to be funny and whatnot. Just like everything else you hear it over and over again, it gets old. Jim Gaffigan had a joke. He had 5 kids. And it was like, what's it like having 5 kids? And he said, imagine that you're drowning and somebody hands you a kid. I always liked that. I've never felt like that. I like having a lot of kids. It could be stressful. It could be annoying. It could be hard. But mostly it's just beautiful to see all these young lives. I think one thing that really helped us, we try to go by 2 rules. The first one was my wife's aunt told us before we ever got married that you want your children to be a pleasure to everyone, not just you. We took that to heart. You know, we don't want our kids running around the store acting crazy or being rude to adults or other kids or whatever. And, you know, kids are bound to be bad. None of the kids are going to be perfect. But we strive and we work hard and we teach our kids to be respectful, to behave. We try. The second thing is something my mom told me. Because a lot of people say this also. They say, well, once you have 2 or 3 kids, the older ones can basically raise the young ones and help with the other ones. And nah. We don't live on a farm in the 1920s or the 1930s or whatever. I guess we technically do live on a farm, but we don't have a bunch of livestock or anything like that. So my mom always told me we had these kids. We had these kids. The older kids didn't have kids. We had the kids. We need to raise the kids. And it's been pretty good. As a matter of fact, my 15-year-old and my 14-year-old, my 15-year-old will be 16 on Sunday. So my 15-year-old and 14-year-old, the first time they ever changed a diaper was maybe August of this year. And they only changed a couple diapers. We went on a little anniversary trip. I had a good time. And left her. My mom took care of the kids. And that's the first time they had to change a diaper. So we took that one to heart. And as I learned from having kids and whatnot, and I would tell a lot of young people who got pregnant early or weren't ready to have kids or weren't sure they're going to stay together, weren't married and everything. And I was like, no matter what happens to you, what happens between you and your boyfriend or you and your girlfriend, this baby y'all are having did not ask to be here. Y'all made a choice and created a life. And that life deserves the best life you can provide. If you're with that person, if you're with the guy, you're with the girl, you're not with the guy, girl. That child deserves the best life you can provide. And it doesn't matter how mad mom or dad makes you. If y'all aren't together or if you are together, think about that. I'm not saying spoil the kid. I'm saying the kid doesn't deserve to suffer from your bad decisions. And so I remember telling that to my wife early on, and she agreed with it. And it seems that worked for us. I'm sitting outside now, the food pantry, and my son's in there. He's about to get done. He's volunteering. We didn't tell him to volunteer at the food pantry. It was his idea. Him and his friends. He's like, hey, we want to go to the food pantry. So then they go to the food pantry and they volunteer. And granted, we have volunteered at other food pantries. I had a friend who had a soup kitchen as a ministry, and we used to go to a soup kitchen and work when my son was younger. And I like to think that helped him make the decision. But it could be his friends. It could be everything. but having a lot of kids is a blessing. It's a quiver full, many arrows to shoot, but I wouldn't change it. Wouldn't change it for the world. Let me know how y'all like the music. My son told me I should put some music in it. And my wife told me to let you know, leave a comment, push the like button, all that jazz. Appreciate it.